Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's News Leader, we will be bringing you video from Mayor Lane Curley's latest COVID-19 update. Dolly Parton will help put your children to bed, and model airplanes are still in the air. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of two jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment.
He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching.
That's right. No Employee of the Month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. On Friday, Mayor Lane Curley called a press conference to discuss Governor Bill Lee's latest executive orders, which mandate Tennessee residents to shelter in place unless performing necessary duties.
So good afternoon. Hopefully everyone is aware Governor Lee has issued executive orders number 22 and 23, which affect every resident and business in Tullahoma and the state. The current COVID-19 pandemic is impacting everyone now. Everyone needs to do their part to help Tullahoma return to normal. This includes staying home. Other suggestions from the CDC include maintaining the social distance of 6 feet from everyone, wash your hands often, cover your cough, and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. If you are sick, reach out to your primary health care provider for guidance. Governor Lee's executive order number 22 states all non-essential businesses must close. Go to www.tn.gov to see the orders and see the list of essential business categories. Interpreting the list of essential businesses is challenging because this is advice we have never had to provide. Under Executive Order number 23, unless you are on what is deemed an essential errand, such as a grocery, pharmacy, healthcare visit, or work at an essential business, you are to remain home. This order is in effect until April the 14th, 2020. Please understand, every time you go out and get near other people, you stand the chance of picking up the virus. You can also pick up the virus from door handles, countertops, and many other places. You can then bring the virus into your home. So you're not only putting yourself at risk, you are potentially endangering others. You can be a carrier and not even know it. So the message is, stay home. A Coffee County COVID-19 task force led by Emergency Management Director Alan Lindley is a united command team that operates out of the Emergency Operations Center and virtually. The group convenes every day via conference call. 39 individuals from across the county participate, representing healthcare, law enforcement, and city and county leaders. They have implemented the Coffee County Pandemic Plan and are working closely managing the crisis, discussing issues, and anticipating needs. The calls are very beneficial, and I can assure you this group is proactively anticipating needs that may arise. We are hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. The advice at this time is to follow the governor's orders and CDC guidelines. Again, stay home. At this point, there are few cases in our local healthcare system, and in order not to overwhelm the healthcare system, citizens need to stay home. You can follow the Coffee County Emergency Management Agency Facebook page for updates. So, Tenova Healthcare Hearton CEO Rich Ellis asked me to share this with you. The doctors and staff at Tenova Healthcare Hearton continue to provide medical care for our citizens, while we also prepare to take care of any patients who may develop symptoms of the coronavirus. We continue to provide screening for patients who meet the CDC guidelines for testing, and thus far, we have no patients who have tested positive for the coronavirus. Patients in our hospital and our clinics receive care thanks to the skills and compassion of our nurses, physicians, technicians, and all the members of our team. We understand our responsibility to protect our caregivers with the resources and practices to minimize unnecessary exposure to infection, and we are restricting visitor access to the hospital at this time as part of the response. We are very thankful to be part of this wonderful community, and we are committed to serving all of our patients through this crisis. So, Interim Director of Tullahoma City Schools, Scott Hargrove, asked me to share this message. Tullahoma City Schools' food and nutrition team will continue feeding students. The feeding schedule can be found on social media, TCS Facebook, and TCS Public on Twitter. We have sent home Learning Bundle number 1. Learning Bundles number 2 and number 3 are being developed. For elementary school students, middle and high school students that do not have internet or devices, hard copies of the learning will be mailed, so it is imperative our schools have the proper mailing address. Please contact the school if your address has changed. Police Chief Williams and Fire Chief Chastain will be visiting Tullahoma businesses to help the owners and managers determine if their business is on the list of essential businesses. If essential, they will also make sure the business is following CDC protocols for their staff and customers. Volunteer Lee Fogel is maintaining a website with lots of local helpful information, including how you can help your fellow residents if you have needs, etc. It's a great resource. The website is www.wearetullahoma.com, and there's also a Facebook page of the same name. You can log on to this webpage if you need help with essential errands or if you would like to volunteer in some capacity. A special thanks to Lee and her team of volunteers for helping keep everybody up to date. City staff, with the help of Motloo College, has developed a website, www.thecommunitycolab.com. This website is a resource for economic aid, request help for your business, sign up as a remote volunteer to support local businesses, to list your business, find inspiration and tips for operations during the crisis, and even access training. You can also donate to the Motloo Trained Workforce Relief Fund for community members suffering from any loss of income as a result of the pandemic. Governor Lee also announced Tennessee small businesses impacted by the COVID-19 crisis are eligible to apply for loan assistance through the SBA's new Paycheck Protection Program. Businesses can begin applying for these loans with eligible financial institutions beginning today, April the 3rd. These forgivable SBA loans are designed to help small businesses keep their workforce employed. This program is part of the $349 billion national loan program, providing much-needed relief to small businesses and to help companies keep their workers employed and sustain operations. Remember, these are challenging times for our Tullahoma businesses. Don't forget the Spend Local Safely program and support our businesses as best you can by shopping local businesses online or by phone. Purchasing gift cards from local businesses is also very helpful. As of Friday, today, April the 3rd, there are only 3 positive COVID-19 cases in Coffee County. Let's work to keep the number at 3. The COVID-19 pandemic is devastating to people and Tullahoma businesses. In order to end this crisis, staying home is the most important action. How long we will need to stay home will depend on how our community responds to the governor's orders. There are 52 churches in Tullahoma. I know many churches will be tempted to hold Easter services next Sunday. Some are considering drive-in services. Sadly, I'm afraid this does not follow the spirit of Governor Lee's stay-at-home mandate. So I respectfully ask the churches to continue online services at this time. City Administrator Jennifer Moody has informed me beginning Monday, April 13th, the City of Tullahoma will no longer collect residential or commercial recycling items that must be directly picked up by hand. Because the virus can be spread from person-to-person contact, and because curbside recycling pickup requires sorting by hand, this service is being suspended to avoid potential spread of this virus. This measure may be effective in helping us bend the curve of the virus in our community. The city has a limited number of additional garbage carts and will be temporarily suspending the cost of carts for residential customers. To request a cart, please contact Tullahoma Public Works at 454-1768. Remember, all pickups will take place as normal the week of April 6th, but no recyclable collections beginning the week of April 13th. The Tullahoma Public Works Convenience Center, community centers, animal shelter, and public lobbies remain closed through April 26th. City pavilions, playgrounds, and ball fields located in city parks are also closed. These measures are necessary in response to the COVID-19, and normal services will resume once the pandemic is over. The Tennessee Department of Economic and Conservation announced today, April 3rd, it will close all 56 Tennessee state parks and state-owned state natural areas to the public effective April 4th through April 14th in support of Governor Lee's Executive Order number 23. This is a complete closure of facilities and access to all Tennessee state parks and designated state natural areas. This includes Short Springs Natural Wildlife Area. In summary, I appreciate everyone's support of the governor's executive orders as we work through this challenging situation. Also to the frontline individuals who are working so hard behind the scenes to keep us all safe. Keep in mind the person next to you possibly is a carrier of the virus, so perhaps even you are. Please remember that in all of your daily activities. Let's keep everyone safe by following CDC guidelines. Now more than ever, we really need to love our neighbor, but please do so from a distance. Remember to check on the elderly and shut-ins, and let's all work together to get through this challenging time. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with more News Leader on 6.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has a new weekly read aloud video series called Good Night with Dolly. The book lady sits down to read books from the Imagination Library to children and families with a new book on each Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for 10 weeks. Good Night with Dolly launched on April 2nd, 2020 with The Little Engine That Could. This 10-week series will focus on comforting and reassuring children during the shelter-in-place mandates. Dolly hopes these videos will provide a welcome distraction during a time of unrest and also inspire a love of reading and books in the hearts of the children who see them. For additional information, or if you missed the first story last Thursday, you can catch up before the new book comes out this week by going to the following website, imaginationlibrary.com. And we'll be right back in just a moment with more News Leader on 6.
It's not Invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. I'm growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash jumping up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. Coffee County airfoilers are still flying planes around the skies in Tullahoma. Ken and John recently spoke about the nearly lost art of model building.
Years ago, people used to build models. Now they buy them already built. They're called ARFs, almost ready to fly.
Sure.
I'm a builder. I'll buy a box of balsa wood and put together an airplane.
You know, my son,
I
bought
stuff.
my son one because he was pretty artistic. It still is, that for us to put together and balsa wood and cut it out, and we put it together, and when we finished putting the frame together, we were both pretty well done with it, but I loved it with just the frame.
Oh, if when I've
just
got,
the frame. We never skinned it or anything. We hung it
yeah.
in his room,
Yeah.
just a frame. And of course, I'm a construction guy, and framing is the thing
It's
that I
artwork.
enjoyed doing more than anything else.
it's a piece
and so
of
to
art.
me, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Just the frame.
Yeah. There's a lot of them I cover. We use iron-on plastic covering too for a lot of airplanes. That was developed in the 70s, and it's translucent. And I'll use a lot of that on my wings and structures because you can see the work you did, and it's artwork. It's
heavens,
art.
yes.
And you've built this, and you want to show it off. You don't want to hide it.
Right.
So we do a lot with transparents too, so you can see the artwork that's in it. And building is a lost art. Plastic model building. Yeah, I used to work in a hobby shop, and plastic models were a big
Building
deal.
period
Building
is a
period.
lost art.
Yeah, it is.
I don't care
It
whether,
is.
pretty much, I don't care whether you're talking about planes or hotels.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
now we do things the easiest possible way to do it. Mm-hmm. Not the best possible way.
Yeah. Well, this will keep you busy.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you one thing, I've crashed this thing twice now trying to do loops. Because it's not as easy as it sounds. So I crashed it twice, repaired it, and I've got another one on the building board right now that I'm getting ready for this
Okay, let
year.
me ask you a question. Of course, you can't go buy models in this town, I don't guess.
No.
So if somebody wanted to do this during our time of social distancing and get with their kids and say, look, let's build an airplane. You know, we're all trying to figure out, and when this is all over with, folks, people will have a different look and respect for those in the teaching profession.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of folks that are sitting at the house trying to figure out how to educate their kids right now and realizing how hard a job that is. And we will all look at our teachers in a different way when this is over with. So where can somebody go and order a kit if they wanted to have it delivered to the house and put it together with their kids?
Well, there's a hobby shop in Huntsville. There's a hobby shop in Smyrna. They'll do, phone orders and ship them to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure Amazon's got them on there. You got Gillo's models. You can go right to their site, Gillo's. Remember, that's old from the 40s. They still put out models. SIG Manufacturing still puts out balsa kits you can put together.
Okay.
And some are even rubber band powered.
Yeah. Put out your number where people can say, like, if somebody gets one of these things, you or somebody in the club would take a phone call when they're going, what do I do next?
Well, you can just go to coffeeairfoilers.com, and we've got a list of our phone numbers there. In fact, we do have, I'm one of the instructors in the club.
Right.
I'm also one of the builders, old-time builders in the club, and there's a lot of us there still.
Right.
Give the president a call, send an email out. We all got email addresses there.
Very good.
Contact us. There's a lot of places. Go on Facebook. There's the Balsa Builders Association on Facebook. There's SIG Modelers on Facebook. There's Flight Test on Facebook. And they all post pictures of what they're building. I posted pictures when I was building this of all the jigs I used to build it to keep it straight. There's a lot of different people out there, and this is a hobby, and people love sharing, and they love helping.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home, our family caring for your family since 1932.
I'm Philip Bourne, Statement Nav Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stem McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stem McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what a difference our detail can make.
Welcome back. Don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Fran Gray, who will tell us about the support available to people suffering from Alzheimer's. Scott Pallett will perform some quarantine music for us, and will help distract you during these trying times. We'll have all that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her, and now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecasts at this moment, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1946 at 83 degrees. The record low was in 2007 at 22 degrees. Thunderstorms in tonight's weather with a low of 62. Storms then clearing on Wednesday with a high of 78 and a low of 60. And partly cloudy on Thursday with a high of 61 and a low of 42. And that's our news leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.